Hello, YouTubers, friends, compatriots, bootlickers, shills, death slicers, peasants, vassals, minions. I'm a useful idiot. Welcome. And today I want to do a follow-up on the strikes begin in Syria with the United States. We've got a little bit more information now, and it continues to be an interesting thing to watch. So we have the United States and this coalition, and as it turns out, I have confirmation that Bahrain, Jordan, United Arab Emirates, and the United States all provided jet fighters and conducted airstrikes, although reports are that Jordan merely struck sites within its own country and not on Syrian soil, but ISIS crossing points. So we have four nations involved so far in combat. France nowhere to be seen, and Saudi Arabia and Qatar supplying some sort of support, although there hasn't been any mention of any airstrikes conducted by those countries yet. But they're busy bankrolling this probably, and and they hedge their bets too, because both Saudi Arabia and Qatar, of course, the governments fund all the coalition forces, so-called coalition forces, and then private donors in Saudi Arabia and Qatar are actually funding and supplying the opposition, ISIS. So interesting dynamic there. And a hat tip to my subscriber Rogier, who told me that now it turns out Netherlands is going to join the coalition with 6 fighters. So quite a formidable alliance that the United States is putting together with these military powerhouses like Bahrain, Jordan, the United Arab Emirates, and the Netherlands, and then somewhere to be seen will be France. I'm very much looking forward to their second airstrike. And word has it on the first day there was 200 strikes, and this was Tomahawk missiles, bombers, and fighters. And so kind of a aw shucks and awe campaign going into Syria. And one of the strangest things right now, and no surprise, al-Nusra Front is wondering what's going on, because they were the targets of coalition forces as well. And ironically now, ISIS is such a great boogeyman, and we have the situation in Syria where the al-Qaeda element, the al-Nusra Front, are now kind of like the good guys. So how the hell did that happen? And so they're wondering why they're being bombed too. So now we're going to have the United States with more perplexing, confusing foreign policy, where they're going to go in and take out ISIS targets and al-Nusra targets, the only feasible opposition to the Assad government, and try and construct some kind of new moderate rebel army, which of course everyone knows I already commented on in some manner. I'll attach below a pretty comical article that came out in the New Yorker that talks about how to an application form if you want to be a moderate rebel in Syria. Quite humorous. So we have all the usual international grumblings, the obligatory statements from the usual players, including Russia and China and the Eurozone, etc., all taking their predictable positions, but nothing substantial there, just playing to their base and making the obligatory statements. And then, of course, the worst part of this whole scenario right now is we already have the Pentagon, where they have a massive amount of support among the American people for this this new war. And unfortunately now the Pentagon is letting us know that this is going to go on for years. So everybody settle down. This is only day 2 of the new war. And one of the other things I've noticed watching the media, of course, is all the neocons are just besides themselves, finally being able to label something Obama's war. And no longer can it be laid at the foot of Bush. But there's 2 parts about that are interesting. One, the fact that, well, they're right. This is Obama's war. As Colin Powell said, you break it, you own it. And that is what's happening here. So that's very, very true. But the other thing I like about it is that in an underhanded, reptilian way, the GOP has acknowledged that all the shitty quagmires all over the Middle East that George Bush left behind did in fact exist, and that Bush was responsible. But hey, Obama, way to go. I think this will be a crowning achievement when people look back and think about your Nobel Peace Prize. I'm a useful idiot. Don't you be one too.